Mm-hmm. Same way they made allegations about Usher. When Usher was younger.
10-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him.
For years, the world thought Justin Bieber and Diddy just had a simple mentor relationship, but the truth is finally coming out. Usher's own past with the mogul is now being used to expose exactly how Justin was secretly controlled from the very beginning. It was all a complete lie to keep him quiet. Let's listen to what Justin himself tried to tell us.
All right, let's get deep for a second. 21-year-old Justin is giving 15-year-old Justin advice on what to expect from the industry and what to expect to life, going through what you've gone through. What do you say to that dude now?
I would just say, just listen to the people who care about you, and also I was so, you can't really teach innocent, because I was innocent and I was young and I trusted everybody. And with being young and innocent in this industry, it's not necessarily the best thing because people take advantage of vulnerability. And so I think I was just in a place of just trusting everyone and, thinking everyone was on my side and eventually getting burned. And yeah, it's just tough, man. And after a while, I started putting up walls and boundaries. And for a while, I kind of shut everybody out. And then I kind of lost my own personality and lost my charismaticness because I just didn't trust anyone. And then finally, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let them win. I'm going to give them some of me and learn how to put up a wall without closing myself off completely.
Justin admits right there that he trusted everyone and got completely burned. What makes this theory interesting is that he isn't just talking about random industry managers. He is talking about the adults who isolated him. He talks about putting up walls because people took his innocence. And that's where this ties back to the people who were actually pulling the strings. It wasn't an accident that Justin started changing rapidly. He was placed in an environment designed to break down his boundaries. People noticed the shift almost instantly after he spent time away with certain individuals. The sunny pop star completely vanished, replaced by someone who looked entirely lost. A lot of folks look at Usher's early days and see the exact same pattern. That's where things start to connect, especially when you hear what insiders say happened at Diddy's private camp.
Yeah, Justin, he's been real quiet about this. I mean, I think like a lot of the other celebrities.
I was reading some, Cam, and the kids say after he went to Diddy camp, he started using drugs so heavy and was smashed every day. What would cause a kid who wanted to be an artist in the music business all of a sudden to start getting high and drinking and drugging, popping pills and smoking? What would cause a kid to do that?
I mean, usually trauma.
Or a Diddy party.
The drastic change in behavior wasn't just typical teenage rebellion. It was a direct result of who he was surrounded by. That insider confirmation proves that the control started behind closed doors. They broke him down by introducing him to things no young kid should ever be around. And the scary part is how openly they paraded this control on national television. They wanted everyone to think it was just a fun, big brother relationship. They flashed expensive cars and gave big promises to keep him distracted from the reality of the situation. It was all a carefully crafted image to protect the brand while keeping Justin locked in. What makes this theory interesting is how hard the mogul tried to sell the fake family narrative to the public, right to Justin's face. No.
What's going on with you guys? Are you working together?
I'm not. I mean, I think that we've become friends in a strange way, you know.
Like Robin Big.
Yeah, it's like exactly.
I'm Big and you're Robin.
Yeah. No, I mean, to a lot of us, he's like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? He's not afraid to call and ask for advice. He's somebody that, in the industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family, and he's somebody that, you know, we definitely have our arms around, and we want to protect him because he's such genuinely a nice person. Besides his talent, you know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest kids that you could ever know.
Justin, You know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, you know, he could buy you one also while you're
He
out.
got me a Lamborghini. It's,
Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
The Lamborghini.
Notice how he calls the music industry a strong family that puts its arms around Justin. That wasn't protection. That was a warning to stay in line. He gave him access to the house and a fancy car to create a sense of debt and loyalty. Justin couldn't speak out because he was trapped in a web of favors and powerful connections. He knew exactly what would happen if he ever crossed his so-called big brother. And that's where this ties back to Usher. Usher lived through the exact same intense control tactics when he was brought into the fold as a teenager. The blueprint was already tested and perfected long before Justin ever signed a contract. The rumors about both of them are practically identical for a reason. Listen to this.
People have been trying to drag Justin Bieber into this situation because there's a lot of like suspect looking videos with Diddy and Bieber in it, and you know they're making a lot of allegations.
Mm-hmm. Same way they made allegations about Usher when Usher was younger.
I mean, do you think that there's any credibility to these allegations?
When there's smoke, there's fire.
Gene even questioned Bieber's behavior during that period. How a young artist who entered the industry focused and driven suddenly went through a phase of heavy partying and reckless decisions.
Direct comparison. When there is smoke, there is usually a massive fire burning right out of sight. The industry watched Usher go through the ringer, and then they watched it happen all over again with Justin. They used the same tactics to control both of them, isolating them from real family and replacing it with industry heavyweights. It was all a lie designed to keep them dependent. Justin realized he was trapped, but he was far too scared of the consequences to fight back directly. Instead of speaking up, he just started pulling away from the people he loved. He knew the environment was toxic, but he didn't want to cause a confrontation with the powerful men running his career. That's where things start to connect, because Justin actually confessed to doing exactly.
Really love someone, and I'm not the type of person who likes confrontation at all. Like, I hate it, especially with my friends. So I don't want to disappoint them. I don't want them to think that I don't love them, you know. But there's sometimes you just need space, and it's like I still love you, but I'm gonna love you from a distance because I don't know if like we're right for each other right now. Not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's probably comforting for teenagers to hear this because we've all been there. Like we've all had those friends that we couldn't say no to and peer pressure. And this is probably how we gotten ourselves into situations that we have.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I have a cool opportunity to just be a light and tell people, I'm human. I'm still going to make mistakes. You might see me on TMZ tomorrow doing something else dumb. But I think that what's cool about this growth is people can see it, and it's like I've made a transition that's and been consistent, and I think that life is just about staying consistent and keeping pushing forward and knowing that, hey, this day might suck, but let me just look forward to tomorrow or the better days to come in the future.
Exactly that. He says he loves them from a distance, but the pain in his voice is impossible to miss. He didn't want to disappoint his powerful friends, so he just took the emotional damage himself. This is the exact mindset of someone who is being tightly controlled by a manipulative mentor. They make you feel like you owe them everything. So stepping away feels like a massive betrayal. Justin was conditioned to accept whatever terms were handed to him. The control was so absolute that his handlers literally joked about owning him. They didn't even try to hide the power dynamic from the cameras. What makes this theory interesting is the famous video that started it all, where the control was openly admitted for the whole world to see. He explained,
if he's bigger than Diddy, and he's not none of the names that I said, probably so. But then they say he was young too.
Yeah, they say he was young.
Let me get his name right. I hope it ain't the Bieber. I hope it's not the Bieber.
That's a good one. It might be him. But if they saying that the guy is young and he's an A-lister, I can't think of that many black people, man.
Right. Not at all. And somebody that's more powerful, more of a celebrity than Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? If they were saying somebody that was more celebrity than Diddy, he was an A-lister, he was younger. You know what I'm saying? And if he's not black, it would have to be the Bieber. That's his name, Bieber? They said I got that wrong too. Justin Bieber, allegedly. I don't know, bro.
Right. But when you heard the news that Diddy, he had to cheat with another man, did that catch you by surprise or no?
Well, all this shit is by surprise to me. A lot of this shit is by surprise to me, to be totally honest, man. Because I knew Puff. I knew Puff Daddy. I knew Diddy before he was Love and Brother Love and back to Diddy. So, no, but the diddler, he's the diddler now. A lot of it's surprising, but it's not unheard of. Because you hear of all kinds of shit, and whether it registered with you or you internalize it or something like that, that's a whole nother story.
Explicitly says he has been given custody of a 15-year-old boy. That is not normal industry behavior. That is a massive red flag waving in plain sight. They took a kid, handed him the keys to a kingdom, and slowly tightened the leash. The promise of mansions and sports cars was just the bait. Once Justin was locked in, the real manipulation began behind closed doors, just like it allegedly did with Usher. This level of total control creates a silence that lasts for decades. People are terrified to speak out because the people at the top hold all the compromising material. And that's where this ties back to the explosive rumors circulating right now. Rumors about a certain tape featuring a young A-list star who couldn't escape. The panic
But this tape that's being shopped around, a Diddy and another male, they say the other male is an A-list celebrity.
I would wonder if he's white or black. And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers that's bigger than Diddy, is only one that I could come up with. And there's a few I could come up with. Will Smith, he's bigger than Diddy. I would think Nick Cannon is bigger than Diddy. Who else on the black that are black actors or black in the business that's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy, that's black? That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers, you know, you got to realize he ran with that black that Rat Pack, and I don't even say their names because they said I got their names wrong last time. What's his name? Kushner. What's the other guy? Leonardo. Yeah, his name. Man, I don't keep up with these cats. But I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shopped. There's some other tapes out there, other people too with him. And him doing some things with some other people. So it's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they're hearing. And I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they're really true. Because if they got some tapes out there and it's with some underage, whether it's celebrities or not, it's gonna be crazy, bro.
The industry is real right now. If a tape like that truly exists, it proves that the mentor relationship was entirely a trap designed for blackmail. The entire reason they targeted young stars like Usher and Justin was to gain leverage early on. They wanted them completely compromised before they ever had the power to fight back. It was never about nurturing talent. It was always about securing control. The dark whispers have always been there, but now the pieces of the puzzle are finally locking together. People who have been quiet for years are starting to nervously look over their shoulders. That's where things start to connect. Because insiders are now hinting that this goes way beyond just one single recording.
What does the entertainment landscape look like, Diddy coming home in 30 days?
Same as it look now, bleak. Just not Memphis.
Just not Memphis.
Bars.
God damn.
You too.
Does Diddy have any redemption if he owns up to his depravities?
Prince said it best. Sometimes it snows in April. Oh, sometimes I feel so bad so bad, so bad. Sometimes I wish that life was never ending. Whoa, all good things they say never last. That's Prince.
Come on.
That's Prince. That's what he said. April, we'll see.
Multiple tapes mean multiple victims trapped in the exact same cycle of control. The industry built a fortress of lies to protect the people at the very top, while young artists paid the ultimate price. Justin Bieber's entire public image was carefully managed to hide the heavy toll this environment took on him. Now that the truth is spilling out, the carefully constructed narrative is collapsing completely. But even with all these shocking revelations coming to light, the powerful figures who pulled the strings are still fighting to keep their grip on the business. They refuse to let go of the empire they built on the backs of vulnerable teenagers. What makes this theory interesting is what happens next, because some insiders believe nothing will actually change at all.
If he's bigger than Diddy, and he's not none of the names that I said, probably so. But then they say he was young too.
Yeah, they say he was young.
Let me get his name right. I hope it ain't the Bieber. I hope it's not the Bieber.
That's a good one. It might be him. But if they saying that the guy is young and he's an A-lister, I can't think of that many black people, man.
Right. Not at all. And somebody that more powerful, more of a celebrity than Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? If they were saying somebody that was more celebrity than Diddy, he was an A-lister, he was younger. You know what I'm saying? And if he's not black, it would have to be the Bieber. That's his name, Bieber? They said I got that wrong too. Justin Bieber, allegedly. I don't know, bro.
Right. But when you heard the news that Diddy, he had a tape with another man, did that catch you by surprise or no?
Well, all this shit is by surprise to me. A lot of this shit is by surprise to me, to be totally honest, man. Because I knew Puff, I knew Puff Daddy, I knew Diddy before he was Love and Brother Love and back to Diddy. So, no, but the diddler, he's the diddler now. A lot of it's surprising, but it's not unheard of. Because you hear of all kinds of shit, and whether it registered with you or you internalize it or something like that, that's a whole nother story.
She calls the entire landscape completely bleak, and it is hard to disagree with her. The system that controlled Usher and Justin Bieber wasn't just the work of one man, it was a machine designed to protect the powerful at all costs. The big question now is whether Justin will finally feel safe enough to break his silence completely. Will the truth actually set these artists free? Or is the industry already moving to bury the secrets forever? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you believe Usher and Justin will finally team up to expose it all? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update.